Hello friends, welcome back to CCSP certified channel. Today we will discuss about the eDiscovery, this very important concept in the cloud associated with the risk in the cloud, legal and compliance risk. The last lecture we have covered. But before this, we quickly discuss about the goal and the objective of this video series. So this video series I started a year before, and definitely I cannot complete the whole syllabus in this video series. My focus in this video series to cover high probability exam topics and the difficult exam concepts, because soundness of concept is very important to clear any of the IC score exam, especially CCSP. Also cover frequent sources of the questions. I do run batches, so I collect the feedback from my candidates. I collect the question bank, official question bank questions also in my discussions, and sample questions also. So these three I cover during my videos. I prepare, and I like to the point discussion that I covered in these videos because time is limited. It is for working professionals. We have a limited time to cover, and my goal is to help you get further faster in your CCSP exam certification. But in case you want to study full course from me, I run some batches also on regular interval. Same way the next batch I'm running from starting from tomorrow onward. That will be a weekday batch, 4 days a week, from morning 8 a.m. to 9:15 a.m. IST. So it is approx 36 hours or 25 classes that would be needed to cover whole syllabus. And since it is for working professional, I do share the classroom recording also in case you miss. And English is a preferred language, but I encourage if you want to discuss anything or ask question in the Hindi also. And what my focus more in this batches is to along with the high important questions, high probability exam topics, and important concept, I also focus on the areas those requires memorizations, and I teach the proven learning methods that has worked for me and my candidates so far to accelerate your learning. And you can see feedback of my students who has qualified and cleared exam from this classroom studies on my LinkedIn profile. I will share the LinkedIn URL in the video description. In case you have any query or interested to enroll for this, you can write me at the ccsp-certified@gmail.com. Apart from this, I am running one more service, which is online videos of my classrooms. Those I am recording. So I am uploading them on YouTube. And in case you cannot join any dedicated classes because of the work-life balance, because of the different reasons, you can watch these videos based on your convenience. I charge nominal fees for them, and in this videos recording along with the video recording, I share the content also and the customized question bank also to you. So I'm there is a one video link I'm sharing here. I will upload here. I will update it in the video description. This is the classroom recording link. You can get fair idea how I'm teaching, and if you are comfortable, either you can join the class or go with the online video recordings. Else you can follow my YouTube channels to get idea and get qualified for the CCSP by my free video classes. So this the brief discussion or overview of the classes. Now I just quickly discover the peace of mind activity. A new offer is being released by IC Square, and according to this, if you write exam with relax, you want to write the exam with a relaxed mind, you go with this offer. If you purchase voucher before 31st of July, you can write a first attempt by 31st August. In case you don't get qualified, you still have a free second attempt available to write by 15th October. Advantage of this offer is that you majority of the time you qualify in the first attempt only because you go with a relaxed mind. This has happened to me and with my all of my students so far. Still you are not able to qualify. You have a fair you will get a fair idea of the exam and your weaknesses, and the next attempt you will go with the more confidence. So always go with this offer when you write any of the CCSP or any of the IC square exam. Now we come to the topic of the day. So we were discussing about the risk in the cloud, and we already have covered all type of risks so far. In the last lecture, we discussed about the compliance, audit, and legal risk, and we have seen three terminologies previously: e-discovery, forensic, and audit. So today we'll discuss of the e-discovery notice. The lecture is for e-discovery today. Next lecture will be on forensic and audit. So the concept we will cover in this video is e-discovery, important keywords, and safeguard. So what is e-discovery? So e-discovery refers to a process in which electronic data is located, secured, and searched with the intention of using it as evidence in civil or criminal legal cases. So you might have seen various movies also over internet on the computer crime or the cyber crime happening. And in the last lecture video, we have seen that the one who is the custodian or the collector of the data is responsible, legal responsible, and like in many of the countries has different laws. Like European country has the GDPR, which has a mandatory requirement of 72 hours to legally report if any breach has happened, and any investigation is being planned for the crime happen against that computer crime has happened, then the e-discovery notice being issued. You might have seen the Asur 2 web series. If not have seen, must watch it. It is a good science plus methodological mix web series. Give a fair idea about the science also, methodology also, computer crime also, artificial intelligence also. So watch this. But my focus is to educate you about the e-discovery. So we'll see e-discovery, how it has happened, who is responsible, and what are the different terminologies. We'll see now. So e-discovery can be carried out by both online and offline mode. In cloud, almost all e-discovery cases will be done in the online environment with resources remaining online because it is a running system, shared public systems, multi-tenancy is applicable. So e-discovery is done when the system is still running up and running. There are some challenges in the cloud system is systems are no longer on-premise, systems are not in your control. It is a shared server or resources provided by the CSP and you have no control on this. May prove to be highly complex in order to extract the relevant information required because multiple user data is coming. May not be possible to have a complete isolation, and it will be difficult to extract the data, relevant data from the cloud environment. And CSP may not provide adequate support because it is not a legal responsibility of the CSP to answer the discovery notice. So they may not provide a proper support to you when the e-discovery notice comes to you. There are few keywords, important keywords on the e-discovery uh, concept. One is a litigation hold. That is against the e-discovery order. Organization may issue litigation hold notice to employees, instructing them not to delete data needed for e-discovery. So they may not allow to delete the data. And we have seen that different type of policies. One is the data retention policies, which retain data to a particular duration and post it auto delete it. That is highly impacted by the e-discovery notice. This is a question we have seen in the recent CCSP exam, that e-discovery impact which policy much. It is a retention policy. So litigation hold not allowing employees to delete any data that's needed for e-discovery. What is violating and the ignoring e-discovery notice? What is happens? What is known as a violating or ignoring e-discovery notice? Company could face legal problem if violate, ignore, or spoil data. And what is spoiling data or spoliation? Term used to describe the destruction of the potential evidence in various jurisdictions. It can be crime or ground for another lawsuit. So another lawsuit can be filed in case you delete or potentially change the evidence. What are the safeguards? First one is a strong contract because CSP is not responsible legally for the to reply the discovery notice. They may not entertain you or support you that is required. So there should be strong contract Ensure your cloud service contact take into account such event and that you will be notified when they occurs. First thing they have to notify because they are the first one who get informed about the any data breach and data loss has happened. They should notify quickly. Same time they also support you in the e-discovery or the evidence collection if any e-discovery notice comes. Also consider long-term viability of your cloud service provider. You cannot have a vendor who are not sound enough, and there is chances of vendor lockout we have seen. And there's a e-discovery notice received of last couple of, let's say, a incident happens 2 years before. Notice you received now, and the vendor you was partner with is now out of the business, and there is no logs available to you to reply to the discovery. And such questions CCSP ask and frame. In every case, in case the vendor is logged out, you may say that it is not your problem, but legally it is your problem. You have not chosen the right vendor. CCSP asks who is responsible for any penalties happens. It is you only because you have chosen the wrong partner with you. So you always choose for the partner who has a long-term viability. Now, danger that companies can lose control over access to their data due to investigation or legal action. This is the very important concept or to understand that even though you are not a culprit, even though you haven't done anything and there is no e-discovery notice against you, it is for other company, but still you can get impacted because of the multi-tenant environment in nature. Let's say a legal or the authority sees a hard disk that has a data of you are also along with the organization who has received the legal notice. Your business and data can also be impacted. So you are not involved legally in any of this crime this has happened, but because the data is in the shared drive, you can get also impacted. There's also a problem in the e-discovery, and you should have safeguard with a strong contract in that case, or you should at least have mechanisms to have a backup in case such things has happens. Few questions we'll discuss, and there are at least couple of questions in exam on the e-discovery. One, I have just disclosed that data deletion or retention policy is highly impacted, and one thing is that strong content language supports you. Second thing we have discussed about the vendor, if vendor get logged out, it is still you are responsible because he has not chosen. On legally you are the responsible for every loss that is associated with the data breach and loss. Now we'll see few more questions. This from the CCSP question bank. First one is, with an application hosted in the cloud environment, who could be the recipient of an e-discovery notice? E-discovery notice can be reached to whom? So we have seen that the responsibility to answer the e-discovery notice is cust the cloud customer, but the notice can be reached to both the parties, cloud provider also, cloud customer also. It is the responsibility of the cloud provider to share this uh, notice to the customer in case it reaches to the cloud provider. So the same line, the next question, for a legal perspective, what is most important first step after a discovery order has been received to the cloud provider? So let's say in case the e-discovery notice has reached to the cloud provider, not the customer, what is a very important first step is it the key identification, it is a data collection, it is a virtual image snapshotting, or it is a notification. So we have seen that cloud customer is responsible in case the notice has reached to the cloud provider. Notification should be the very important the first step. They should notify their customer that there is a e-discovery notice has been received to us against your services, and then based on their recommendation or their need, you can do the snapshotting, data collection, key identification, or RC. All this can be a next step. The very first step is the notification. And the next one, you are the CIO of an IT hardware manufacturer firm. Your company use cloud-based software as a service, SaaS-based model, including emails. So you are using various SaaS services, including email. You receive a legal request for data pertinent to a case. Your e-discovery efforts will be largely depend on which the cloud provider, regulators, cloud customer, or internal IT personnel. So we have seen that uh, it is a provider who can provide us the data, and especially in the SaaS case, you are fully dependent on the cloud provider. We have seen this also. SaaS as a in the SaaS case of SaaS, you have a very low control over the data. So answer is the A, but in the typo it has happened B, but the answer is cloud provider. Answer is A here for the your eDiscovery notice. The next one, you are the manager for a software company that use platform as a service in public cloud service. Your company general counsel informed that you have received a letter from a former employee who is filing a lawsuit against your company. What is the one of the common practice used in your industry that will have been halted until the resolution of this case? So we have seen that the similar type of question is coming currently, and they ask different way with what you cannot do actually. So you cannot delete anything, either your data deletion policy, retention policy, or you doing some security destruction happening on the data. All you have to hold, because your company will not be allowed to destroy any data for the duration of the legal case, because that might constitute tampering with the potential evidence. So potential evidence can be tampered in case you are doing some deletion work. Versioning, patching, thread modeling, all you can do until unless they are not impacting the data. But deletion and destruction is definitely impact the data, so you cannot do the secure destruction of the data. The last one, your company receive a litigation hold notice from a customer that is suing you for the harm caused by one of your products. So you're selling some product and that has caused harm to your customer, and they have filed a litigation hold notice against you. You are using a managed cloud service for your product environment. So you are definitely using cloud services like Google Cloud, Oracle Cloud for managing your products. You determine that data requests by the litigation is very vast and going to be very difficult to review for the uh, pertinence of the case. Which security control mechanism may also be useful in the e-discovery notice? So this type of questions, they are very informative in the nature, and the CCSP actually merge two or three concepts in one question. See here, they are asking are the e-discovery or litigation hold, but actually they are not looking for that. They are looking for the tools that can be helps for the data analysis or data review. So we have already seen in our previous videos, a DLP or the egress monitoring tool is one which have keep eye on the each data that's going out, and based on the classification, it takes some decisions, whatever decisions the company decide whether to store the data or to report. So DLP tool can be very helpful in such cases, and especially to analyze and identify the potential data needed for the litigation hold. So that's for today. I hope you found this lecture informative. If you are interested or follow me to watch my videos more, follow me, like my channel, subscribe my channel, write me at the ccsp certified@gmail.com for any query. Thank you.